What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to competitive decks. We haven't done one of these in a while, but you know what? It is time to get back into it. We've got some new stuff to play around with, and I am so excited. So if you're excited for new toys, new Pokemon to be using, make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe if you are new, and turn on those notifications. We just reached 100 subscribers, so I am super excited about that, and I'm super excited for the next 100 and the next 100 and all of that stuff. So thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. So Galarian Slowbro, right? Brand new Galarian form, and I'm super pumped about it. I think it's a cool design. I like the little bracelet you have to give it so that the shelter will bite his arm. It's pretty cute. I think it's cool. But it's got some interesting things going for it right now. I'm not gonna say that this thing is like busted strong, because it's just not. But it's very gimmicky, and the gimmick can work. So I also can't say that it's bad necessarily either. So we're gonna take a look at it. First up, we're gonna look at a leftover set with Slack Off. Now this thing gets quite a decent move pool, I would say. We have, let's see, Calm Mind, which is good. Curse, also good. Drain Punch, Earthquake, the new Expanding Force move. This would be good if you're running it on a Psychic Terrain team. Something to consider. We got Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Foul Play, Grass Knot. I mean, almost all of these moves are top tier viable. I mean, these are good moves. So it gets a really nice kit, I would say. So that's great, right? Its stats, pretty good. It's a little bit different from regular Slowbro. It has higher attack, lower defense, and I believe lower special defense as well. So, I mean, that's fine. We're typically not going to be using that physical attack, but we can, and we've got a set later that shows that off. But for now, we're going to be focusing on the special attacking side, especially because of the ability and the signature move. So let's talk about those briefly. We have Quick Draw. Quick Draw is its new ability that basically just gives it a Quick Claw as its ability. So that's pretty neat, right? It has a 20% chance to go first, to gain priority. And I think that's really cool. That really helps when you have base 30 speed. It can help you outspeed just random things that could be super, super fast and threaten you, which is awesome. I think it's great. And then our signature move here, we have Shell Sidearm. It's a 90 base power poison move, which is special. And so that's the same as Sludge Bomb as far as the power goes, but it turns physical if the target's defense is less than the special defense, which this is not true. What it says right there, your inequality is wrong. Anyway, and then it has a 20% poison chance, which is also really cool. So I think that's great. It's really neat, really cool move, really unique, and it's gonna help it a lot. So you can't just switch in a Blissey on this thing. You switch in Blissey, and this thing's gonna hit it for physical, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So it's nice. It's versatile in that way. It's great. Psyshock, just a great stab move. You could also run Psychic there. And then we have Flamethrower. Flamethrower is there for things like Skarmory. It's there for things like Scizor. Those are going to want to switch in on you, especially Scizor. Scizor is going to be a big problem going forward in this metagame. It's going to be crazy in VGC as well with the dual Wing Beat. Now it's going to have access to, oh my gosh, it's going to be able to boost its speed in VGC. That's just insane. We'll talk about him later. Anyway, and this thing also gets Slack Off for recovery, which is pretty cool. I think this is a decent set. I don't think it's the worst set in the world. You could also run a Cassib Berry on this, which weakens the power of Ghost type moves. Obviously, we have that weakness to Ghost, and we don't really have a great way of dealing with them on this set in particular, but you could run Shadow Ball on this instead of Flamethrower if you wanted to. But I honestly think that Scizor is going to be running around so much right now that you really need that Flamethrower coverage. All right, next is going to be Specs, and we just picked up Scald on this, and everything else is the same. Again, you could run the Shadow Ball on there instead if you wanted to, but Scald has that burn chance, which is really, really nice, especially since you lost some defense. It'll help you to be a little bit bulkier, and I like that. Again, you could run Scald here instead of Flamethrower on the original set as well. It's up to you. Next, we're going to look at a Life Orb set. Now, this thing can set its own Trick Room, which is very, very good, I would say. I think it's awesome that it can set its own Trick Room and then go to town with the rest. That way you don't really have to rely on the ability as much. it's good. I think it's good to go ahead and just not have to worry about it. With quick draw, you're taking a chance, you're rolling the dice, you have a 20% chance, which, you know, isn't going to activate a whole lot, so you've got to be really careful with relying too hard on that. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Moving on to a physical set here. This thing gets Belly Drum, and base 100 attack with Belly Drum is going to be absolutely devastating, especially if you move first with Quick Claw. This thing, honestly, if you get a Belly Drum set up with this and get a few Quick Draw activates, this thing will run through teams, and I could see this being actually somewhat viable. This seems insane. If you get your boosts off, this thing's not ridiculously frail. I mean, it's got, I mean, the special defense of 70 isn't the best, but this thing can take a hit. So I mean, it's kind of insane. And then we've got Drain Punch here for the recovery, which is pretty cool. And then of course Poison Jab and Zen Headbutt. Again, you could switch this out for several other options here. I think this set actually could be super good. So go out there, try out Belly Drum, Galarian Slowbro. I think it's gonna be really fun. And then, of course, our meme. That's right, Quick Claw, Quick Draw. Let's go. Quick Claw, Quick Draw, I think is going to be the most meme way of running this thing. It gives you a 36% chance to go first, which is pretty cool. So two 20% chances, that's gonna end up at 36%. I think it's gonna be fun. I think this is a set that I'll probably try out. And we've got just all of our coverage here. Again, you could run Slack Off on here if you wanted to. But yeah, I really like Quick Claw, Quick Draw. I think this is gonna be funny. I think you should try it. It'd be hilarious. You know, you activate Quick Draw one turn, and your opponent's like, all right, well, they're not gonna get the Quick Draw next turn. And then you activate your item with Quick Claw. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna just blow somebody's mind. I absolutely love it. So last but not least, I wanted to mention a Cantonian set to you with regular Slowbro. Now, this thing has Regenerator and it has an insanely high defense. And in this generation, it gets access to Body Press. That is incredibly strong. This thing now has a way to hit things with a fighting type move based on its 110 defense. So we're gonna run this physically defensive. We're going to run it with Calm Mind and Scald and Slack Off. I think this set, if you get enough Calm Minds set up and you start burning stuff with Scald, you are not gonna be able to break through this thing. So this is going to be a problem, I would say, in the tier. Now, it's going to be a little bit less of a problem as long as we have Urshifu around with the single strike style. But now, in my personal opinion, I think Urshifu's gonna get banned. I think it's a little bit too strong. I haven't gotten to try it out yet, but just looking at its stats and its kit, it looks like it's gonna be really strong, especially with Choice Band. So I think it's gonna go the way of Melmetal, but once that's out of the way, I could see Slowbro coming in and being absolutely insane. This thing also gets Teleport, which is what makes it so good against, it would be comparable to a Clefable. This thing could help to become a new Clefable, although both this and Clefable are weak to Scizor. So again, Scizor is going to be very, very crucial in the upcoming metagame. So anyway, guys, that is Slowbro for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you all are excited for more of these episodes. Now, we will have another one out tomorrow on something else that is returning, and then Monday we will have another one as well. Wednesday and Friday, we are back to regular Wi-Fi battles and Meme GC. So I hope you guys are excited for that. And don't miss out on our stream. This week we are doing the final Five Nights at Freddy's game, FNAF VR Help Wanted. And then next week we are going to be starting on Paper Mario, which is awesome. I'm super excited about bringing you guys that. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the streams or the videos. And yeah, until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.